Now.
Hey, Omega.
Yes, Gunner.
So, earlier I was bumping the thread.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I was thinking to myself, what does it actually mean to bump a thread?
That's quite a question.
And I was like, isn't that kind of like forcing your opinion on someone and then, all the opinions thereof before you? Yeah, that kind of thing, legacy?
An astute point.
So, technically speaking, the first, 20 minutes of Raw, wasn't that like bumping a thread? They had the music. I said hit the music. Alright, and we're back. Hey everybody, this is Who Gets Serious, number 77. That's double dub sevens for everybody else involved. Hey Omega, what's 7 plus 7?
Something you can't touch.
I was going to say 14, the reverse of that is 41, and pretty much 41 is how the next gen of consoles is just going to go. Completely unrelated video game though, but this is this is Who Gets Serious. We do talk about wrestling here, and we're going to talk about wrestling. We're going to talk about the news in wrestling. So we have some comings and goings.
I always like Cummings.
I know, Alan is such a good actor. Comings and goings, the Ring of Honor mainstay Prince Nana received a WWE tryout before Raw last week in Hartford. Thank God, he's really good. Independent wrestler Ryan Drago has signed a developmental deal. Alex Silva, Douglas Williams, who was working as an OVW trainer, Jesse Sorensen, who was working in a backstage role, and Todd Kennelly have all been removed from the Impact Wrestling roster. So, we wish you well in your future endeavors.
Oh, that's kind of sad, but what else are you gonna do?
Not the intros, apparently.
We all know who's here. I mean, I'm Gunner. That's Omega.
And I did give an astute point to your mother last night as she bumped my thread.
I wondered how long it was gonna take before we went there.
Not long enough.
And well, the annoying one over there is Netchester.
Oh my god! Team Hill is going to break up! Dr. Shelby! Where are you? We need you!
Jester, he's under there.
Underwear.
Damn it! He said underwear. And, of course, the ever-lovable Vassar.
Well, I didn't even introduce you. I know who you are. I don't even know you.
I'm the sound
Well, that's Yankum, our wonderful sound producer. Our wonderful sound producer.
The other Vassar.
The ever-lovable Vassar. Okay, so we botched this up completely. Well,
now that we're done with our own comings, and hopefully one day goings, why don't we move on to former WWE Executive Court Bauer, who conducted an interview with MVP, you know him, Montel Von Tavius Porter, I think I said that right, who has proclaimed that he will be on U.S. television again this year, but didn't say how. Bauer also noted that when WWE was in talks with the UFC announcer Mike Goldberg to potentially replace Jim Ross, that Stephanie McMahon claimed he would have to change his stage name due to the company already having a Goldberg in the company prior. Of course, that Goldberg, Bill Goldberg, Pile Driver, Jackhammer Goldberg.
Yeah, if anybody's seen Goldberg announced for the UFC, I don't think there's going to be much of a mistaken identity there.
Goldberg's the guy that does side-by-side with Rogan, right?
Yeah.
The best play-by-play commentator that the WWE never had. He's damn good at what he does. Rogan, both of them. I really like the UFC announce team. I would rather see them in the WWE, to be completely honest with you.
And probably never will if Stephanie keeps up her... Where the hell did this come from?
A long time ago. It was probably maybe at this point, like 10 years ago, when before UFC got really big. They were going to sign Mike, and obviously they just didn't.
I think he was the one who decided not to do it, which was probably a good move on his part.
Well, I'm thinking more along the lines of Stephanie's demands that he change his name. That's just ridiculous.
And I guarantee you whatever name they make him change it to is not a Semitic name. I'm just saying.
Oy vey. Speaking of people with not Semitic names, injury report. Jack Swagger can return from his hand injury at the end of June, but won't be fully cleared as far as in-ring restrictions until late August. Well, at least he can take care of that little pot smoking incident. Evan Bourne tweeted a photo of an empty arena, suggesting he's back on the road. I can't wait to see him back on the road. But who would he face against? I mean, Kofi's like out. I mean, who else are you going to put Bourne against? Mark Henry took to Twitter to break his silence, claiming he's not retiring, that it's best to be away until he's right, and that he'll return when he's healthy, because the roster is thin. Interestingly, he brought up doing damage to his family by going to jail, and called out people who have his phone number, telling him not to hide on the web. Interesting. Is there any more backstory to this? Because I missed this.
Henry?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we said on the show before that Creative was mad at him because he wanted to take time off to heal up, but wasn't getting surgery, and they thought that they had done a lot to build him back up as a strong character. And so now, some bizarre Twitter messages about going to jail and such. Maybe he's not all there mentally right now, but we did see on Raw the vignette showing that he's supposedly returning this coming Raw next week, so I don't know, it's weird. Maybe they told him that he had to come back, or they would drop him, I don't know. Speaking of going to jail, Just Incredible claims he was the victim of a home invasion Thursday night when masked criminals that were armed broke into his home while he and his wife slept in the basement, tied up his brother, his nephew, and his parents, and then demanded to know where the family safe was before making off with his mother's cell phone and $5 whole from his father's wallet. He told TMZ that he believed the attack was premeditated as they kept mentioning his brother by name. Pretty weird.
Well, this should have been a Happy Trails, because then it could have been Happy Trails to Just Incredible Stuff, because he doesn't have it anymore.
Okay, so is like Just Incredible's brother, do we know anything about this? He's not like indebted to the mob or anything, is he?
I don't know, but Credible himself, it's like Full House over there. They got the parents, they got him, they got the brother, they got the nephew.
Yeah, all they need now is the Olsen twins, and they'll have a sitcom.
But you know PJ's credible. Anyone? Bueller?
Oh, hell no.
I do remember the classic episode where Michelle thwarted the gunman as he tried to break in, and Comet heroically gave his life. Didn't they get rid of the dog at some point and never said anything about it?
Isn't that a problem between you and your woman friend there, Omega? The whipping the gun out and that sort of thing.
Well, I will say this. I am usually masked when it happens. And
just for the record, that was not a rape joke. Not a rape joke.
Yeah,
he has an extensive luchador mask collection. What the fuck are you talking about?
There's usually at least $5 exchanged.
He gives the El Santo to people. Don't you know the El Santo?
I don't think I want to know.
Stop, please.
In case you haven't realized it, it was a pretty slow news week.
It kind of, sort of, yeah. Former developmental diva Chrissy Fane was married to Conor O'Brien. Hey, look at that, you married a rat. A rat married a rat. Congratulations. No offense. The pair famously quit WWE in 2007 due to health issues in both of their families and rumors that the two couldn't stand being apart on the road just after Fane debuted on SmackDown. Former WWE developmental talent Derek Ford, a.k.a. Chad Baxter, is threatening to sell his WWE contract. What? Vince McMahon is purportedly look to book major cities like New York and Chicago during next year's NBA playoffs to try and offset the competition. And that's a good move. Mickey James is featured on a Dr. Pepper promotion that you can win a one-of-a-kind Dr. Pepper wrestling belt. I assume that's like the Waffle House belt that I've seen floating around on the interwebs.
Maybe so. If you go to drpepper.com, she's there with a bunch of other people I never heard of. And they don't actually have pictures of the belt, just a silhouette that you could win it.
Waffle House belt.
$5 that High Spots does it.
That just sounds incredibly delicious to me.
I'm gonna say top rope. No, I'm gonna say Wildcat belts. They do a lot of corporate belts.
That's a good call too.
Are you a pepper?
I'm a pepper. Yeah, for sure.
I am not a pepper.
Oh, but the vanilla taste.
I hate you guys.
I am no longer a pepper. 15-minute time limit time.
Are you going to play the bell? Play the bell!
Alright, 15-minute time limit. So Sunday is it's Father's Day, by the way. Go hug a dad. And
it doesn't have to be
also
your dad. It could be any dad.
Pretty much.
I usually do.
And it's also payback. Not to say that any of us has fatherly issues in here at all. Yes, sir. But we'll be talking about payback, and we'll go through and we'll do some 4-down predictions for you. 4down.org. Org, I think it is. Yeah. They do wrestling predictions, and you can help the league. I believe we're all members of the WWO, right?
Woo!
Yep. Okay. And so we go on there and we make predictions. I haven't done it a little bit, but I think I'm going to do it again this time around. 4down.org, really cool site. So we're going to go through, we're going to tell you who we think is going to win, if it's going to be by pinfall or submission, and if there's going to be any sort of interference. The first match on the card is Sheamus versus... Damian Sandow on the pre-show. What do you guys think?
It's a shameful thing that old Lop's head has been shuffled to the pre-show.
I don't don't know. The pre-show match is basically just a warm-up at this point, and between the Miz beating people to get the crowd hot, I guess Sheamus gets that role this time around.
Miz is about to go for it. That's why.
I'm just gonna say Sheamus wins, laugh out loud.
Yeah, I'm saying the pre-show match is pretty pointless.
Yeah. Sheamus wins to get the crowd hot. Because you have to have the babyface win in the pre-show. Get the little Jimmies excited.
I'll pick Sandow, just to be a spoiler. Caitlyn versus AJ Lee for the Divas title. Oh, by the way, no interference, no... scratch. Cody Rhodes interference. Yes, so Sandow gets the win. That's how that's what I think.
I thought you'd talk about the Divas match all of a sudden, and why would Cody care about AJ? But yeah, okay.
He wouldn't care about AJ, he would care about Caitlyn, but that's neither here nor there. Caitlyn versus AJ for the Divas. AJ win, lol.
I don't know. Do you think they'll go ahead and give it to her, or do you think they'll do one of their classic what the hell retentions?
All I know is... Oh, go ahead.
I think Caitlyn's gonna keep it, but I think it's actually going to be a pretty damn good Divas match, which we don't get very often.
Yep, with Caitlyn going over the deep end on the last Raw, and AJ pushing her there, I am looking for a freaking slobber knocker in this Divas match.
AJ submission. They want to put AJ and Dolph together with belts. Make them look like Triple H and Stephanie back in the early 1999, 2000.
I'm okay with that.
I don't know if they would show Caitlyn tapping out, though. They might do the old arm drop.
Yeah, Caitlyn just staying in it until she passes out.
Oh yeah, baby, tap that ass hard. I love your submission.
Please move to the next match.
Single-handedly the creepiest thing I've heard all day. Not even kidding.
The Shield tag team holders versus Bryan and Orton. There's no way they're taking the tag titles off of them this early.
Nope. Orton's gonna RKO Bryan again.
Yeah, probably. Unless they really wanted to get goofy with it and make them champions, so they could have a whole another month of goofy segments. But it's getting a little old now. They might as well pull the trigger on something.
Kane goes heel, lol.
Oh, the end of Team Hell No.
Kane can't turn heel.
What?
Kane is neither heel nor... Kane is, if he had a D&D...
Oh yeah, he's forever face. That's right.
He would be chaotic neutral. He just does whatever the fuck he wants, because he's Kane, and who's gonna stop him?
Speaking of which, he might come out and just ruin the match.
Which is my point. That's what I'm saying. The Shield will win. Not because of the Shield, but because Kane will come out and fuck up Orton and fuck up Bryan and start a feud with Bryan, and Orton will be in the middle of it. But Kane will not win the U.S. title against Dean Ambrose, which is our next match.
Sad but true. When was the last time that Kane had a singles title under his belt? Can anybody remember?
World Heavyweight Championship. Don't push Paul down the stairs, Edge!
Oh, God, yes. How can I forget that? That was like one of the funniest things.
It was the funniest things.
Come on, guys, we're going to dead air here.
Oh, Dean Ambrose, come on.
Well, I'm sorry, but, it's kind of like I alluded to, it's not that they don't have great matches, but it seems like Kane and Bryan and now Orton and The Shield are like, 40% of every show now, Raw and SmackDown, and, again, not that they're not doing a great job, but, you can't just, they fall into these funks where they find a good thing and then they repeat it 20 times over, and then, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Getting a little repetitious there. Why don't we move to the next one, because it seems a ray of light on this card.
You mean Wade Barrett versus The Miz versus now Curtis Axel for the Intercontinental title?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So you think that Curtis Axel will actually win this title?
He is 8-0. He will win that title.
Okay, so it has to be asked again. Do we have
Yes.
another... Okay.
Yes.
All right. Do we have another Ryback here?
No.
No.
Not
No.
really, no. It's just
not
that
even.
It's not Ryback, but once he gets the title, he's going to win, every finish is going to be a dusty finish, or him winning by getting, the other person counted out or disqualified until eventually somebody's like, no disqualification match for the title. So he's probably going to hold it for a while, just doing shenanigans.
It's just that in the last year, Ryback had such the meteoric rise that we're all kind of sick of him. So, are we going to burn out on Curtis Axel here pretty soon?
No, because Curtis Axel is interesting.
it remains to be seen. But I think they're striking hard and fast while the iron's hot with this one, and they're gonna go ahead and rush the correlation between him and his father, Mr. Perfect, and his Intercontinental title reigns.
Yeah, and we're probably going to see a perfect plex.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Okay, so how about this? Chris Jericho versus CM Punk. Does Punk actually show up in Chicago?
No.
Yep. 30-minute match.
It's going to be as good as the WrestleMania one. If not better, since it's in
No,
Chicago.
this will be match of the year. I'm calling it right now, match of the year.
I just hope he shows up, because it's Chicago, and we're going to have an ECW-style riot on our hands if he doesn't show up.
It's going to be John Cena versus CM Punk all over again, but with an actually really good match.
I'd like to point out that the Allstate Arena does not have metal detectors.
And we all know about the guns in Chicago. I don't think he's going to show up because
White people
imagine,
don't have guns.
just imagine the heat that he would get from just not showing up. Like the nuclear heat. It would be like friggin' helium atoms. Or I'm sorry, hydrogen atoms, like fusing together in the center of the sun, is how much heat he would have.
I got one better for you. He does show up, but he doesn't compete.
Oh, I got one better than that. It'd be
Yeah.
like Bret Hart saying, go to hell to Calgary.
See, just to be a jerk, I'm going to go ahead and still say, even though he's now booked in the Intercontinental match, I'm going to go ahead and say that Heyman comes out and says that Axel is just such a fantastic talent that even though he just competed for the Intercontinental title, he's going to wrestle Chris Jericho tonight. And then there's going to be some screwiness.
I'm okay with that.
I don't think that'll happen, but
If that's the major story of the night, I'll be happy.
So Dolph Ziggler's now healthy, and he can face Del Rio for the title. I'm not expecting a whole lot out of this one, to be honest, just because they haven't been able to Ziggler's been out, so they haven't been able to get it out of the gate. So I'm expecting
since it's just been Langston versus ADR over and over again until Ziggy gets better.
Probably an okay match, but not, a really good one until they can start to qualify it with TV stuff.
Ziggler retains. That's what I think.
Pretty much.
Ziggler retains as he should have.
We've got one match left here, and it's 3 matches in one. John Cena versus Ryback for the title in 3 Stages of Hell. Who's excited for this one?
Could be interesting.
I'm already bored. What is this ride over?
I'm not looking forward to the lumberjack or ambulance matches.
Can I pull over?
The hell are you doing, Yankum?
Huh? What?
Oh my
Sorry,
God, he's sawing logs.
I fell asleep thinking about that match.
The only thing I'm looking forward to is the tables pinfall. The rest,
Yeah, it's pretty much Cena wins first fall, Ryback wins second fall, and then...
No. You're wrong. Ryback wins the first fall. Cena wins the next 2 falls straight.
Yeah, because Cena has to be the underdog.
Yeah, and if he puts Ryback through a table, then it's a little more justified that even though Ryback has been destroying him the entire match, now all of a sudden he has a chance.
Yeah, that is actually better.
and then it'll end with a whatchamacallit. I'm gonna call it the FU still. The attitude adjustment off of the ambulance into a pile of boxes and carted
or a
in,
stretcher that's just sitting there.
Or a stretcher, something like that. And then Ryback will be carted into the ambulance, and that'll be that. And it'll be the same match as whatchamacallit, Over the Limit 2010, Cena versus Batista, Batista's retirement match. Same
hopefully
match.
without the duct tape.
There will be no Summer of Ryback, unfortunately.
No. That wasn't duct tape. That was the match after duct tape. That was I'm done. I quit.
Which is about our interest in this match right now. I quit!
And I think that's about the I quit for 15-minute time limit as well. We will be right back. We are on a Thursday time. Yes, there will be a live sex celebration between Vassar and... Hold on, let me finish. It'll be Vassar and 2 bears, 1 male, 1 female.
Okay, this entire thing is really confusing.
I got AJ!
Why can't I have 2 Michael Coles?
Oh, Lordy!
I'll tell you. I'll give you 1 Michael Cole and a cupcake.
Commercial, please.
I just jumped myself down! Alright, folks, we'll be right back.